And so I got banned from Twitter for that. And so because I dead named Levine, if you don't know what dead naming is, I didn't know it either until I did it. You're not allowed to use the birth name of someone who's transitioned. It's considered harassment. So this is the new rules. Yeah. So I got banned from Twitter on this. So then Twitter offers you this opportunity, very Maoist show trial. So they say, okay, if you delete the tweet and acknowledge you engaged in our hateful policy, you get your Twitter account back. So I refused to delete the tweet. I did nothing wrong. I'm not going to tell somebody I lied when I told the truth. Cost me my Twitter account. For now, 1.7 million followers, reach tens of millions of people every week. Whatever, we're on pause with that. Twitter's gonna have to decide whether or not they're going to back down. They probably won't. I may never get access to Twitter again. More important point is, how did we get to a place where this entire kind of like bully and intimidation group of the transgender people are able to like control whether or not I use the proper name of you were born, even though I used the right name later in the tweet? And so I just want you to understand, I just want to take pause, and this is where I really want the church to do more, because it's because of the church's silence this is happening.
There's Charlie Kirk complaining about how Twitter apparently banned him, suspended him at first. But if you really think and look at what he said there, he kind of got himself banned from Twitter as he was demeaning Biden official Rachel Levine in a tweet. So he was there talking at the Talking Points USA Faith, I noticed that in the background, event. And he wants the church to stop with this bullying from the transgender community who has forced him to ask to be banned from Twitter. Let's look at some of the details here. So this is the tweet that got him suspended originally. And this is where they did say he was violating the rules against hateful conduct. And he said, Rachel Levine spent 54 years of his life as a man. He had a wife and a family. He transitioned to being a woman in 2011. Joe Biden appointed Levine to be a 4-star admiral. And now USA Today has named Rachel, he put in quotes, Levine as a woman of the year, also in quotes. Where are the feminists? That's what he was upset about. That's what they told him was violating their rules. And that's what he then said, no, I'm not gonna take it down. You're gonna have to ban me. Then they banned him. Then he said that they banned him, not that he chose to get banned. A little bit more, because right after that ban happened, Charlie Kirk did double down on his remarks when he was talking about what and the reason for why he decided to make that decision. Go ahead, let's watch this.
Hello, everybody. I have been booted from Twitter because I called, what's the name? I'm supposed to say Rachel. Oh, Richard Levine, a man. Well, I just said this, quote, Richard Levine spent 54 years of his life as a man. He had a wife and family. He transitioned to being a woman in 2011. Joe Biden appointed Levine to a 4-star admiral. And now USA Today has named Rachel Levine as Woman of the Year. Where are the feminists? What's wrong with that tweet? Well, nothing's wrong with the tweet. And this is a strategy. Of course, we're not going to delete the tweet like, have a great day, Twitter, whatever. We don't need you. You actually need us a lot more than we need you. We hope we get our Twitter back, but if we don't, whatever. But more importantly is the message it sends is we refuse to acknowledge we did anything wrong. You do not apologize to these people. Apologies to these people is their currency. They get rich, they get powerful, they cement their regime when you put forward these ridiculous apologies. So we're not gonna delete the tweet. We're not gonna back down from this.
So that's Charlie Kirk continuing his clout chase, because once you get into a situation like this, Alonzo, then you have to make sure you go on your social medias and tell all of your followers, tell your potential people who are paying you to do this stuff. Hey, do you guys see the shenanigans I've been pulling? Did you guys see how I'm having this fight with Twitter right now? You guys see how I progressed this to make it seem like it's actually something else when it's actually me just trying to get some attention so you guys can pay me more and say that I'm agitating? That's really what this is all about, that I've seen not much else besides what he believes in, because he knows what was wrong with the tweet. He just wants to make sure we're talking about it.
Well, there's so much nonsense to this story. It's hard to keep up. First of all, the transgender community is bullying me. Yeah, they're well known for bullying churches. They're the ones with the power who are making churches do what they have to do. And then, this whole thing of being banned from Twitter, it's like you said, this is great press for him. Now people are talking about him. He loves getting banned from Twitter. And the right wing with their, you're a snowflake, you're a snowflake. Who's bigger snowflakes than them? Who whines more about anything? Sorry about the dog barking. He obviously sees that we're talking about Charlie Kirk, and he's like, stop it. But anyway, they whine about everything. This is nonsense. Where are the feminists? Oh yeah, because you're really on the side of women. You have been a supporter of women and feminists in America from day one. Shut up. I hate that we're talking about this, because just the fact we're talking about this is a win for him. It's like you said, they just want eyes on the story so he can be whining about how he's being mistreated. Get over it.
I do know there's a site he can go to that he can say all the things he wants about Rachel Levine. It's called what's Donald Trump's site? I can't remember.
Truth, isn't
Truth
it?
Social.
Truth or something. Yeah, Truth Social. It's that, and that's going to work one day. One day that platform is actually going to work. Right now,
somebody's gonna have to tell
technical
Donald Trump.
difficulties.
Yeah, somebody's tell Trump because he still can't get himself on. I think his sons just got on there. Either way it goes, this is the problem. They're trying to find their alternative sources, which they've created in these realms. But after they create them, they don't work. Then they come back to Twitter, or they complain more about Twitter. They'd actually really like to be heard and say all these ridiculous things. But then when that doesn't work, they just go with the secondary next best solution, and that's complain about it. And everyone listens to them. Straight up, that is the start and the end of this game. So we'll see where it goes. And I'm not sure if there's gonna be any religious leaders that he's hearkening for to do something about Twitter. I don't know.
Those religious leaders are all afraid of the super powerful transgender community taking over America, and I think they're attacking the youths. They're always attacking the youths.
And we know Talking About USA has their direction on youth. We know how the game goes.